listed on the business paper. I call the member for Goulburn and Minister.
Thank you, Mr Acting Speaker, and I rise to represent my communities in the Southern Highlands who have in huge numbers signed the petition we are here to debate today and who are with us in the chamber. It is the second such petition in 4 years, and it is equally urgent in its demand that coal mining in the Southern Highlands be stopped. In the words of petitioners, requesting legislation to halt and exclude coal exploration and extraction on and below the land surface near Berrima and in the Southern Highlands, and in the interim there be a moratorium on current or proposed mining or extraction activity. More than 16,000 signatures, a very strong statement about the level of concern in the Southern Highlands community and more widely across the state. This community has loudly and repeatedly said no to Hume Coal's proposal to establish a coal mine in the middle of one of New South Wales' few remaining open spaces close to metropolitan Sydney, the site of an unparalleled sandstone aquifer and the centre of prosperous tourism and agricultural industries. It also happens to be home to one of the mainland Australia's most significant Georgian villages, boasting a courthouse, jail, shops, cottages and an historic hotel, which is the longest continuously licensed public house in New South Wales, and over 50,000 people live there. The community is certain that all of this beauty and prosperity is at risk from the proposed Hume coal mine, and so am I. This petition is the work primarily of the Battle4Berrima, B4B, a group of committed citizens led by Ken Wilson, Michael Verbicht, Rod Blade, Lynn Wilson, John Lamb, Hugh Farrimond, Jock Ferry, Lynn Wilson, Heather Edwards, Ian Burns, Jill Brophy, Stuart Bunn and Amanda Fry. They have put their own lives very much on hold to bring this petition to our Parliament today, and I salute you and your great efforts on behalf of the community. B4B has staged fundraisers to pay for export reports, raised awareness in community meetings and hosts a comprehensive website. The village is covered with anti-coal mining posters, and there is barely a street or a road in the Southern Highlands without a sign on the fence telling Hume Coal to go away. The struggle against Hume Coal's proposal has been going on since 2010. I held the first protest meeting in the Southern Forest Hall on a dark and very wet night that year, and the community has led the way ever since. The community believes it is impossible for Hume Coal to mine underground without destroying the vast and unique sandstone aquifer that gives the Highlands its wonderful water supply, its tall trees and generous pastures, its way of life and its beauty. The community believes a coal mine may create some jobs, but will drive away others in the tourism, hospitality and agricultural sectors. The community believes their pretty Georgian town of Berrima will be covered in coal dust from the minehead, planned to be no more than a few kilometres away. They dispute the wind measurements Hume have provided, and local knowledge tells them the town will be hard hit, as will people's lungs and health. Convict-hewn sandstone won't look quite the same when it's covered in coal dust. And by the way, the pretty town of Robertson isn't keen on the dozens of coal trains that will roar through their village day and night. The community believes the economics of this mine don't stack up. There are many unanswered questions about the water licences required and exactly where Hume Coal expects to buy those water licences. The community believes this is a fight worth winning, but they don't understand why it's taken so long, why a huge international company should want to wreck our beautiful country for uncertain gain, why it just doesn't stop. How I too would love to see a halt to this once and for all. How frustrated are we all by the time this exploration and development proposal is taken. How desperate Highlands people are to save their way of life, their livelihoods and the environment. I know and believe we in New South Wales have good processes, the toughest environmental standards in the country, the most thorough and independent assessment processes culminating with the Planning Assessment Commission. Aquifer interference policy requirements need to be met, so will health and safety requirements. I know the excesses of the former Labor government when exploration licences were sold for dollars and greedy ministers made terrible decisions and rode roughshod over communities. I know that's a dark legacy and a stain on our state. I know how those decisions have shattered the confidence of communities in all of us who sit in Parliament, and I know how hard we need to work as a government to rebuild that trust, and the trust's not back yet. I know that we need to stay the course, believe in ethical decision-making, believe in proper checks and balances, believe in doing what's right for the environment, for people's lives and for our prosperity. I think we'll get this right. I know good and independent processes are the only way ultimately to secure the common good, no matter how arduous and slow they may be. The history of the world tells us that power without process and without transparency leads inevitably to the corruption of the state. But my heart lies with the 16,000 people who signed this petition. I too just wanted to stop.
I thank the Minister.